Google and YouTube are now in cahoots with the Chinese communists. Can you believe it? I can. Coming up next on Deceptions of the Ages News. Hello everybody, welcome to Deceptions of the Ages News. Before we get too far into the story for today, let me just remind you that I would like you to hit that subscribe button. We're really, what do these millennials say? We're smashing it, we're crushing it. We're crushing it with the subscribers, and I'd like to continue to do that. So we're hitting the 4,000 mark pretty soon, so you be a part of that. After we hit 5,000, we're going to start having giveaways like iPads and Kindles so you can read my books in a more comfortable environment. All right, so today we're going to talk about my favorite people and yours, Google and YouTube. Now, I'm taking this story from a report by Lisa Haven, who does wonderful stuff and gives some really good reports. But the report that she gave 2 days ago was that Google, who, let me just remind you, because I have a number of videos on my channel about Google. Okay, so Google was taken to court and sued because they are anti-American. They are anti-Christian, they are anti-white male, and they are pervading this culture all across this anti-Christian, anti-American culture all across our society as well as the world. Now, I just challenge you and we saw that the search engines were showing if you Google something conservative, whatever, you're not going to find what you're looking for. If you Google the president, you're just going to get negative information. So Google is basically manipulating the information that we see, and this is the biggest danger of Google and anybody who can control information, because if they control the information you have access to, they control you. So this is a very scary thing, and the more scary thing is that now people at Google, according to this report, which I'm going to put in the link below, I'm going to put a link in the description, and according to this report, people at Google are actually protesting that Google is now going to allow the Chinese government to, quote, partner with Google so that anybody in China making a search, and it's not just going to be China. If you think this is China, you're insane. These are Muslim terrorists that will have access to this information. Remember Hillary Clinton's server? Well, Google is just a big server for the jihadists, for the communists, for everybody that hates our country. So I don't know why we allow Google to exist, but it still does. And what they're doing now is they are going to partner with a Chinese, basically it's like a Chinese NSA. So anybody who says anything that is anti-state, pro-Christian, or anything that has anything to do with religion, or anything they don't like, those people are automatically going to be labeled, right? And the person that is doing this, according to Lisa Haven, is the same person responsible for sending Christians, people who don't like the Chinese system, and anybody that they don't like to concentration camps for retraining, okay? How long do you think it's going to be before this happens in America? So this is a very, very serious issue. Now, I have repeatedly called for boycotts against Google. I have run for the United States Senate in a state where Google controls the state, the information, the voting machines, and the election was a complete sham. So if you're going to sit there and do nothing and not boycott Google and not start advocating an end to this censorship and start advocating an alternative to Google and YouTube and Facebook, which is what I proposed in my campaign and what I'm going to propose in every campaign that I'm in until the day I die, you have no right to freedom, and you're no better than the people who live in China and whatever these other countries, or in America, and just don't care, right? Because you don't deserve the freedoms that you enjoy, and I hope that soon enough that they're taken away from you and you are given exactly what you deserve. Because that's the beauty of the world and the world that God created, is that we all get what we deserve. And pretty soon you're going to get yours as well, unless you act. All right, so it's a scary world out there. I'm fighting. There are people out there fighting. Let's join together. Let's subscribe, and let's be cool and take our country back from these scumbags. All right, we'll see you next time on Deceptions of the Ages News. Hello everybody, and thanks for sticking around. Now, I know that you stuck around because you enjoyed the video and it really hit something within you, and you would like to see more material like this. Well, if that's the case, then I would like to ask you to consider subscribing to me on my Patreon account. Now, I will leave a link in the description below, and you don't have to pledge that much, maybe just $1, $2, or $3 a month, but I not only make videos, but I'm also an author. I have 5 great books that are available at HEINESSIGHT.com. So if you would like to consider supporting me in that respect, then not only would you be supporting me, but you'd also be getting some awesome books. And what I would like to do eventually is be one of the greatest authors in the United States. But I'm competing with major publishers, and it's very difficult, and you have to have money to do that in order to be able to produce more material. So I have many books in the works, but I just don't have the funding, and if I don't have funding, then I have to go back and find some other way to bring in money. So please consider a donation to my Patreon account, or just go ahead and buy a couple of my great books. You'll love them, and I'm sure you'll come back to buy the rest of the collection. I'm Matthew Heines.